Have you noticed we haven't exported data from a database and then imported it into Excel? Excel did that for us directly because remember, Excel and the database are old friends. They speak a common language in SQL. Also notice something very important. If you're familiar with Power Query, you'll notice that we did this without Power Query. Now, this is very important to appreciate because in the next 3 lessons, we'll be going well beyond Power Query. But here's the surprise. It'll be just as simple as what we did just now. For those unfamiliar with Power Query, let's dive in a bit. The most important Power feature introduced to Excel in recent years is Power Query. There are hundreds of training courses, thousands of YouTube videos, and loads of mentions on social media every day. It is considered the highest level of advanced Excel. So why aren't we using Power Query to communicate with our database? There are 2 reasons. Power Query is a very powerful wizard. In this case, unfortunately, power also means complexity. So in Power Query, we have to set a whole heap of selections and checkboxes to define what we want to import into our spreadsheet. But in Enterprise Excel, we don't want anyone to have to stop and start. Things must flow smoothly once it is set up. As you saw in the previous lesson, we're learning that we can do that with a simple SQL query. So this is a greater power, but with simplicity. But the main thing is this, and this is the deal breaker. The enterprise architecture we're learning about on this course requires our spreadsheets to store the data centrally in a database, our old friend, the librarian, so that our data is neatly organized and ready to serve all our spreadsheet needs across the organization, even globally. Power Query is only designed to get data into Excel from somewhere else, not to put data from Excel to somewhere else. So we need to go beyond the limits of Power Query. The technique you have learned is already built into Excel. This capability of Excel was there long before Power Query was created, and it is this same idea that makes Power Query work. So we're in good hands.